Today in a 2015 Toyota Tundra, we're going to install part number PW2028C. This is a Glacier cable snow tire chains. We're working with a tire size of 255 by 70 by R18. Now it's a good idea to go ahead and get used to your snow chains before you actually really need to use them like we're doing here. It's a good idea to go ahead and lay out the snow chains out on the floor and make sure you have your left and your right. Now this set comes with an indicator right here to tell you what side is left and right hand side. We'll be working with the driver's side or left hand side. A couple other things to look for when you install the tire chains is that on these crossbars here at the end, you'll make sure this flat hook here is away from the tire and this is pointing towards the ground. We'll go ahead and show it a little more detail when it's on the tire later. Now on the crossbars for a chain, we actually have these small coils in here that actually grip into the ice and snow. And they can move freely as they need to dig in. Our tensioner right here is also going to be on the outside of a tire as well. So we know how it's supposed to sit on a tire. Let's go ahead and put our snow chains into place. What I like to do is go ahead and sit on top of the tire, or tuck in the bottom edge towards the bottom of the tire, and make sure that our snow chain's even on both sides of the sidewall of the tire. We'll go ahead and tuck it underneath. Make sure the ends of the cables. And then we'll go ahead and roll the truck back a little bit to give it easier access to our cables on the inside. Let's go ahead and take up some tension if we can. Pull it down. And we'll take the other end of the cable and latch it in place. Okay. Don't have to have it super snug, but it may take a couple tries to see how many links you can get up in there. Okay, and keep track. We've used 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. There's also a little plastic tab to help hold the excess cable for you. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the outside of the tire. With our tensioner extended, we'll go ahead and put our cable into place. Now we use number 4 on the inside. If necessary, we can use either 3 or 5, whichever gives us the best tension. Okay, and once we're satisfied with the placement of that, we'll go ahead and take this lever, the tensioning lever, we'll slide it back, and then the cable will fit into the handle. Okay, and there's also little red clips that'll hold the cable on the outside as well. And you can take these off and move them around the chain as needed to contain excess cable. Okay, all right, now once you have them installed, it's a good idea to go ahead and drive a short distance when you're in the ice and snow, and then double check them one more time for the tension. Chances are you'll probably gain some more tension out of it, just like I'm pulling on it and I actually got some more slack out of it, so you could tighten these up on the inside and outside as well. Okay. All right, remember these hooks on the end of the bars here? You can see how they flip around away from the tire and it's sitting on the sidewall here. And also, you can see how the coils here will move around on tire and also grip in the snow and ice as needed to get traction. There are certain situations you may want to use an optional tensioner. In this case, we'll show part number PW105. This tensioner basically grabs onto the cable, like I'm doing with my fingers here, and just pulls a little bit more on it. So there's 6 hooks. Of course, keep your hook away from the tire. And just try to even them out and just try to distribute them as even as possible. Okay, you can see we had them tight before, but we actually took up some more tension. All right, with that, that'll finish it for our install part number PW2028C. This is a Glacier cable snow tire chains on our 2015 Toyota Tundra.